This is an odd place for an introduction. Hello everyone, and welcome to my first ever survival Let's Play series. After not playing Minecraft for several years actually, I decided to return to it, make for once something of a persistent world, and document this process in these videos. The goals of this world are to become a better player, I suppose. To build stuff, see if it works, fix it if it doesn't. As you can see, I am quite early in the game, but also not at the very beginning. And so, let me give you something of a world tour as an introduction. Stick with me. And what could be the better place to start, if not my starter house? This is my main base of operation, and it has been like that for many weeks now. Here I've got some storage, although I desperately need an automated one. Some more storage, which is also overflowing. A place for working, for brewing, and even some very basic decorations. Although, as you might have noticed, I am not much of a builder, so you'll see a lot of ugly and kind of samey builds around there. Nearby I have a small garden with a pool, or pond shall I say. And a bit further away, past the bees, my farming area. My fields, which have been unharvested like that for many weeks. And this strange antenna looking thingy, which is actually my tree chopping scaffolding. Right beneath it, I have a small but honestly overly complicated small fungus farm. We can probably try it out. And just like that, the nylon block is bone milled, everything that grows around it is flushed down, fungi are collected, everything else is composted. Can you hear that? That is my melon and pumpkin farm. It's just a simple checkerboard pattern of absorbers and pistons, and also node blocks, which I, for whatever reason, decided to turn to some minor triplet, not sure which one. It has been my main source of income for most of the lifetime of the world, until recently, and now it is overflowing and instead producing some bone meal. Speaking of my income, this is my villager tech area. A small iron farm, which has been supplying me with so much iron that I should probably turn it off right now. A breeder, which is basically just two guys eating carrots and making babies. And of course, my trading area. Here I have some farmers for emeralds, some librarians, nothing particularly fancy, but I've got all the essentials. More librarians, And some clerics for pearls, redstone and glowstone. All of the villagers have been converted, so I am enjoying very generous prices. Check out my XP, by the way. I am leveling up despite being over 200 levels already. And I accidentally bought a bunch of cookies, which I definitely don't need. My pet theory as to why villagers give me such ridiculous discounts after being converted into zombies and back is that curing doesn't fully cure them and they are still a bit brain damaged by now. And just like that, over 4 stacks of emeralds. Right. Beside it, I have this industrial area thingy, which houses my toolsmiths, armorers, and also a small furnace array, which I find quite thematically fitting. I haven't been really tryharding to get the best toolsmith and weaponsmith possible, so I just use them as a source of tools to disenchant and then re-enchant myself. Speaking of tools, weapons and armor, I've been preparing for something big and stockpiling on pretty much everything I could think of. So as you can see, I've been combining enchantments a lot. Whee! I dug out this hole when I needed some cobblestone, and then decided to fill it in with something. So now I have another word farm. And that pretty much wraps up everything I have in the overworld, at least over there. Let's go to the nether. I reorganized my inventory, put on the nether kit of armor and weapons. Let's go. Oh, hello buddy. Huh. Since then are you allowed to carry a gun? That's peculiar. And this is my biggest piece of infrastructure in this world. A system of nether tunnels. It isn't complete yet. However, this particular road stretches for over 1,000 blocks. The entire travel time is somewhere around 40 seconds with my usual driving skills. Here we go. And this is the location of my biggest and proudest build so far, which you can absolutely not see. By the way, falling from this scaffolding with feather falling for boots does not kill me. Ask me how I know. Finally, the gold farm. I should probably turn down the sound a bit, because these guys are noisy. This is just a simple Mnyamban style gold farm with 4 discs of magma blocks and 2 turtle eggs in the middle. Pigmen try to stomp the eggs, hold down the drop chute, and I chop them up. This is incredibly satisfying, I must say. The farm produces around 1800 ingots worth of gold per hour, which for reference is slightly over a barrel. As well as a ton of XP, although due to how far away it is, I usually don't use it for XP. Let's throw in some junk into the collection system to see how it works. As you can see, it's just a few piston pushers that send the items along this ice line into the filters and the chests. Fun fact about this farm. It took me a lot more time to obtain the 2 turtle eggs than to mine all the 2000 plus magma blocks that went into building it. And if you're wondering where all of this gold goes, the answer is piggy bank. This is my bartering setup. It has 32 of these guys, who are clearly very glad to see me. And I should probably take off my torn armor. To use it, I just grab some gold. You'll have some in there. Open them up. Throw gold. And sort through whatever garbage they give me. I recently emptied most of the storage area, but honestly it just fills up so quickly that I'm not even storing everything by now. Of course, the main thing I'm getting from them is obsidian and crying obsidian, which are also one of the rarest drops they give. Only got 9 since the last time. Oh, look at that. Full speed 3. And everything else just goes into the trash bin. Thanks. Finally. Half an hour or something later, I got what I came here for. Now it's just a matter of sprint, jump, whirl, and depart for my next destination, which you may have already guessed by now. Here it is. This ominous looking structure is probably the most pathetic raid farm you've ever seen. At the bottom of it you can see a cell for a single villager, and any second, yeah, here it is. The raid is starting. Now it's only a matter of riding this bubble column. Popping out. And here they are, spawning. Through some distance-related magic, all waves of the raid spawn all at once. And as soon as I started chopping them up, I get my bad omen back. Of course, it is not supposed to happen normally, Otherwise, raids would be continuous and that would be not fun at all. But here it is exactly what I'm looking for. And after that, you just hop into this shaft and the raid starts all over again. This farm, designed by Logical Geek Boy, by the way, you can find a tutorial on his channel, produces around 6,000 items per hour, half of which are emeralds and most of the rest are witch drops. Initially, I was looking into making a stacking raid farm, but after some experimentation I found out that they are remarkably finicky. I did not even manage to get one started. So I resort to this. In all honesty, this farm does produce enough emeralds for a single player world. More than that, in fact. But let's be honest, you don't farm raids for emeralds. You do it to assert dominance. And also for redstone and gunpowder, which I am getting a little bit of. Probably enough for brewing, but if I want to do something about blowing up stuff, I will have to come up with another farm for gunpowder. Probably a general overworld mob farm, or perhaps a proper stacking raid farm, which despite the name of the tutorial, this one absolutely is not. And here they go again. Very simple redstone. The original design doesn't even have any sort of item filtering system. I added it myself and the simplest one I could come up with. Realistically, I could have made this instead of the melon and pumpkin farm in the very beginning, before even getting good tools and armor. And my inventory is full of junk. Now, something this farm does produce more than enough of is totems. This is probably much more than I need for the lifetime of this world. In fact, since I built this, I haven't popped a single totem yet. I did not get post-mortal. Also some emeralds. This much totems will probably even be way too much for the end fight. And speaking of the end fight, I think I got all I needed. I got good armor, tools, weapons, plenty of pearls, totems, potions, bows and arrows, anchors and glowstone. The only thing I'm missing really is a connection to the stronghold and some sort of temporary camp at the stronghold itself. And I will be ready to fight the Ender Dragon. But for that, you will have to wait to the next episode, which will come up in a week or so, or honestly, whenever it comes out. I cannot give you any sort of concrete plans. With that, thanks for watching. Hopefully see you later.